Witness the magic of transformation as a wilting plant revives to full bloom. In the realm of gardening, it's often the little things that make a world of difference. Simple tweaks and techniques can turn a struggling garden into a thriving oasis. From soil preparation to sunlight exposure, watering methods to pest management, we'll share tips that guarantee success. So if you've ever felt disheartened by a wilting plant, fear not. Ready to turn your brown thumbs green? Let's dive into the world of successful gardening. Good gardening begins with good soil. Indeed, it's the lifeblood of your garden. Picture this: soil is like a pantry for your plants, storing vital nutrients they need to grow and thrive. But not all soil is created equal. The secret to a fertile garden is a rich, loamy soil teeming with organic matter. Think of it as a fine dining experience for your plants. This organic matter, often in the form of compost, serves up a smorgasbord of nutrients, encouraging stronger roots and healthier, more resilient plants. But how do you achieve this? It's simple. Start by mixing compost into your soil. This could be homemade compost from kitchen scraps or store-bought. The goal is to enrich your soil and improve its structure, allowing for better water retention and easier root penetration. So don't skimp on soil preparation. It's the first step to transforming your garden from barren to bountiful. Remember, rich soil leads to a rich garden. Water, a plant's best friend, but too much and it can turn foe. Yes, hydration is key for healthy plants, but overdoing it can drown them, causing root rot and a host of other problems. So, how do we strike the right balance? Well, enter the world of watering gadgets. From the humble watering can, a classic tool for measured hydration, to the modern drip hoses, these tools provide a controlled water supply to your plants. But for those who like to set it and forget it, self-watering pots might be your new best friend. Remember, different plants have different hydration needs. Some prefer a daily sprinkle, others a deep soak once a week. A good rule of thumb is to keep the soil moist, but not waterlogged. And here's a pro tip: water early in the morning or late in the evening when less evaporation occurs. That way your plants get the most out of every drop. Water wisely and watch your garden thrive. Sunlight, the life force of your garden. It's nature's photosynthesis engine, the magic that turns carbon dioxide and water into the food your plants crave. But just as with us humans, too much or too little of a good thing can spell trouble. Every plant has its own sunlight sweet spot. Some bask in full sun, relishing 6 or more hours of direct light each day. Others prefer the softer, filtered light of partial shade. And then there are those shade-loving plants that thrive in less than 3 hours of direct sunlight. Picture, if you will, a sundial. As the day progresses, the shadow it casts moves, just as the sunlight shifts in your garden. This dance of light and shadow plays a crucial role in where you place your plants. From the sun-worshipping tomato to the shade-loving fern, understanding your garden's light conditions and matching them to your plant's needs is key. Remember, the right light makes all the difference. Let's hear from the green thumbs who've been there, done that. Our first expert, a seasoned gardener with over 30 years of experience, shares a crucial piece of advice. Never underestimate the power of location. Every plant has its sweet spot, whether it's basking in full sun or hiding in partial shade. Find that perfect place, and your plant will thrive. Next up, a botanist with a knack for nurturing nature's greenery warns us about the common mistake of overwatering. He states, more plants have drowned due to overwatering than from lack of water. Plants aren't fish, their roots need air too, so let the soil dry out a bit between waterings. Our third expert, a professional landscape artist, emphasizes the importance of soil health. She says, your plants are what they eat. If the soil is poor, your plants will be too. Regularly enrich your soil with compost to provide your plants with the nutrients they need. A master gardener with a penchant for growing veggies shares a tip for crop rotation. He advises, rotate your crops. It prevents the buildup of pests and diseases that can occur when you plant the same crop in the same place year after year. Lastly, we have a horticulturist who spent a lifetime studying plant behavior. She warns us about the pitfalls of planting in deep shade. She explains, even shade-loving plants need some light. Deep shade can stunt growth and inhibit flowering. If you have a deeply shaded area, consider plants that are adapted to low light conditions. Remember these words of wisdom, and you'll avoid many common gardening mistakes. The road to a flourishing garden is not without its bumps, but these insights from the experts will help smooth the way. Avoid these pitfalls and you're on your way to a flourishing garden. Pests. The unwelcome guests in your garden, they can turn your lush green paradise into a wilted wasteland, but fear not, we've got some natural solutions up our sleeve. One of the most effective ways is to bring in plants that pests can't stand. Marigolds, for instance, are great at deterring pesky beetles. They don't just add a splash of color to your garden, they serve a practical purpose too. Ever heard of neem oil? It's a natural pest deterrent, especially effective against aphids. It's easy to use, and it doesn't harm beneficial insects. Now let's look at some before and after shots. Notice the difference between the infested plants and the ones treated with our natural remedies. The contrast is striking, isn't it? Remember, the key to a thriving garden isn't just about nurturing your plants. It's about keeping those pesky intruders out. Keep the pests at bay, keep your garden gay. Your kitchen waste can be your garden's treasure. That's right, folks. We're diving into the world of DIY fertilizers, a simple and sustainable way to enrich your garden. First things first, let's gather our ingredients. Coffee grounds, banana peels, and eggshells are a great start. These kitchen scraps are nutrient-rich and perfect for composting. Now the magic happens in the compost pile. Start with a layer of brown materials like dried leaves or cardboard for carbon. Then, add your kitchen scraps for a boost of nitrogen. Remember, balance is key. Aim for a ratio of 3 parts brown to 1 part green. Turn the pile every few weeks to keep it well aerated and speed up the decomposition process. Over time, this pile will transform into a nutrient-dense compost, ready to supercharge your garden soil. So, get composting. Your plants are craving these nutrients. Feed your garden naturally, and it will thank you with blooms. Now feast your eyes on these green havens. These are not just gardens. They are canvases where nature paints its most vibrant colors. They are stages where the drama of life unfolds, from the first sprout of a seed to the full bloom of a flower. They are sanctuaries where the hustle and bustle of the world fade away, replaced by the soothing symphony of rustling leaves and chirping birds. Take a moment to marvel at the intricate tapestry of these gardens, the lush green carpets of grass, punctuated by splashes of color from myriad flowers. The towering trees that provide a comforting shade, their branches dancing to the rhythm of the wind. The vegetable patches where juicy tomatoes and crunchy cucumbers grow side by side, a testament to the bounty of nature. These gardens come in all shapes and sizes. There are balcony gardens that transform concrete jungles into green oases. With container plants, even the smallest spaces can host a variety of flora. Hanging baskets overflowing with petunias, window boxes showcasing a rainbow of geraniums, pots brimming with fragrant herbs, each one is a testament to the transformative power of gardening. Backyard gardens, on the other hand, are sprawling canvases where creativity knows no bounds. From manicured lawns adorned with rose bushes to wildflower meadows that buzz with bees and butterflies, these gardens are a feast for the senses. They are the result of countless hours of toil, of hands covered in soil, and hearts filled with the joy of nurturing life. Community gardens are thriving hubs of camaraderie and collaboration. People from all walks of life come together to till the soil, sow the seeds, and watch their collective efforts bear fruit. These gardens are not just about plants, they are about people, about creating bonds that are as strong and enduring as the ancient oaks that stand guard over them. Each of these gardens tells a story of patience and perseverance, of triumph over adversity, of the symbiotic relationship between humans and nature. And in each story, there is a lesson, a nugget of wisdom that can help you turn your garden into a thriving oasis. So what are you waiting for? Take the tips you've learned today and put them into action. Let your garden be your canvas, your stage, your sanctuary. Let it be the place where you connect with nature, with yourself, and with the world around you. With these tips, your garden too can be a paradise. Happy gardening,